What if one small mistake didn't just change your life, but shattered the entire universe? The story explodes into chaos the moment Peter Parker's identity is revealed to the world. His life collapses overnight, friends are targeted, his future is destroyed, and everywhere he goes, he's no longer a hero, but a problem. Desperate and cornered, Peter makes a decision that feels simple, but carries unimaginable consequences. He turns to Doctor Strange, asking for a spell to make the world forget he is Spider-Man. At first, it sounds harmless. A reset. A second chance. But here's where everything begins to break. As Strange casts the spell, Peter's emotions take control. Fear. Love. Regret. He keeps interrupting, changing the conditions again and again. He wants MJ to remember. Then Ned. Then Aunt May. Each interruption fractures the spell, like cracks spreading across glass. And in that moment, reality itself starts to tear apart. This isn't just magic gone wrong, it's the collapse of boundaries between universes. The spell doesn't simply erase memories, it opens a doorway. A dangerous one. It begins pulling in individuals from other realities, people who know Spider-Man's identity. The rules of the multiverse are revealed in the most terrifying way. It is unstable, reactive, and incredibly fragile. One emotional decision triggers an unstoppable chain reaction. This part grips the audience with tension and mystery, showing how Peter's human vulnerability becomes the catalyst for cosmic disaster. It forces viewers to ask a haunting question: was this truly an accident, or was the multiverse always waiting for a moment like this to break free? What if the villains you feared were never truly evil, but victims of their own fate? As the cracks in reality widen, something far more dangerous than chaos begins to emerge. Figures start appearing from other universes, men who were never meant to exist in this world. Each one carries a story, a tragedy, a moment where everything went wrong. These aren't just enemies. They are broken souls pulled from the exact second before their death. A brilliant scientist whose ambition consumed him. A man of sand who only wanted to save his daughter. A shattered mind driven insane by voices in his head. Each villain arrives confused, unstable, and still carrying the emotional scars of their past. For them, this isn't a second chance, it's unfinished pain returning all at once. And that's where everything changes. Peter doesn't see monsters. He sees people who were never given a choice. While others believe these villains must be sent back to their fate, back to die. Peter makes a bold and dangerous decision: he will try to save them. Not fight them. Not destroy them. Save them. But can you really change someone's destiny? This part dives deep into the psychological conflict between fate and free will. Every villain represents a question: are we defined by our worst moments, or can we rise above them? As Peter risks everything to fix them, the tension builds. Because not everyone wants to be saved. Some are too far gone. Too consumed by power, anger, or pain. And the more Peter tries to rewrite their endings, the more unstable the situation becomes. The line between hero and villain begins to blur. Because sometimes, trying to save everyone can cost you everything. What would you feel if you came face to face with the man you could have become? As the multiverse continues to fracture, something extraordinary happens. Two unexpected figures step into Peter's world, not as strangers, but as reflections of himself from different realities. They wear the same symbol, carry the same burden, but their journeys have been far more painful. This is where the story transforms from chaos into something deeply human. Each Spider-Man represents a different version of growth. One carries the weight of regret, haunted by the moment he failed to save someone he loved. Another hides his pain behind quiet resilience, having endured loss after loss without ever breaking. And then there's Peter, still learning, still struggling, still not fully understanding what it truly means to be Spider-Man. But now, he's not alone. For the first time, Peter finds people who truly understand him. Not just his powers, but his guilt, his fear, and the silent pain that comes with responsibility. Their conversations aren't just about fighting villains, they're about healing wounds. They share their losses, the names they couldn't save, the moments that changed them forever. And in those quiet, emotional exchanges, something powerful happens. They begin to lift each other up. Through their bond, Peter learns that being Spider-Man isn't about winning every battle, it's about standing back up after every loss. It's about choosing responsibility, even when it costs everything. The older Spider-Men become mentors, guiding him not with strength, but with wisdom born from suffering. This part blends nostalgia with raw emotion, creating a connection that goes beyond action. Because in the end, it's not just about three heroes meeting. It's about one hero finally understanding who he's meant to be. What would you do, if saving the world meant erasing yourself from it? As the multiverse spirals out of control, reality begins to collapse in front of Peter's eyes. The sky fractures, universes bleed into one another, and the consequences of one broken spell have reached their breaking point. Every second brings the world closer to total destruction. And in the middle of it all stands Peter Parker. No longer just a hero fighting villains, but a boy facing the most devastating choice of his life. There is only one solution left. A final spell. But this time, the cost is unbearable. For the multiverse to heal, everyone must forget Peter Parker ever existed. Not just Spider-Man, Peter himself. Every memory, every connection, every moment he shared with the people he loves, erased completely. This is where the story stops being about saving the world. And becomes about losing everything. Peter looks at the people who mean the most to him, their faces filled with trust, love, and hope, and realizes that if he chooses this path, all of it will disappear. The friendships he fought for. The love he found. The life he tried to protect. Gone. And the most painful part. They won't even remember what they lost. This moment is pure emotional weight. No villains. No distractions. Just a silent, crushing realization of what it truly means to be a hero. Because being Spider-Man isn't about power, it's about sacrifice. And this is the ultimate sacrifice. With quiet strength, Peter makes his decision. Not because he wants to, but because he knows he has to. He chooses the world over himself. He chooses responsibility over happiness. And in doing so, he lets go of everything that made him human. As the spell takes effect, memories begin to fade, connections dissolve, and Peter stands alone, watching his entire life disappear piece by piece. This is not just the climax of the story. This is the moment a hero is truly born. Legacy of Spider-Man, the hero nobody remembers. What defines a hero, fame or sacrifice? Peter chooses loneliness to save everyone, becoming a legend no one remembers. His pain reshapes the future, proving true heroism is unseen. Forgotten by the world, but never by destiny, his story echoes across every universe. Subscribe my channel for more interesting and knowledgeful videos.